These solar wave devices are not the best option in my opinion. So red and near infrared wavelengths of light from these LED devices can penetrate the skin and improve collagen production, circulation, promote healing, barrier recovery. They're anti-inflammatory. They have a lot of benefits. And then of course the blue light masks target acne specifically. But these ones are sort of silly because you'd have to that's a tiny real estate there. And then all this other stuff is like just kind of smoke and mirrors, quite literally, like galvanic current. Now this looks like a promising way to deliver it, similar to the Omnilux. Here we have a light boost face and neck serum with peptides, growth factors. This isn't necessary, it's just helpful for moisturizing the skin. Ooh, is Ulta carrying these now? I love this brand, Nemat. Yeah, I guess they are because they were at that Ulta World thing I went to earlier this year. This lip sleep mask from Cosrx is really good. The ceramide lip butter, highly recommend it. It's very good and it lasts a long time. So this Tinted brand, SPF 50, these are mineral sunscreens. This is what the O2 shade looks like. Dispensed on my hand and then rubbed in more. It's not particularly chalky or streaky. It actually looks like it would be pretty good. I'm not getting the graininess that many mineral sunscreens that are tinted can often have, that graininess, that chalkiness. Like this seems new from Clarins, the UV Plus anti-pollution. This is a hybrid sunscreen with titanium dioxide and some chemical UV filters. It has green tea extract, which is actually good for defending against oxidative stress from the sun and having an anti-sun damage effect. It may also ward off oxidative stress from pollution, but this also has fragrance. I don't know how it performs, but likely will leave some cast, but less than like a straight mineral sunscreen. Is this new from Clinique, the Acne Solutions Emergency Touch Stick SOS Salicylic Acid Spot Treatment? Interesting. It's like a little dauber there. Salicylic acid as a spot treatment can be okay, but it really works best when used to the entire face consistently, like to prevent and clear up breakouts. So here we have Round Labs SPF 45 reformulated for the US market as a American chemical sunscreen. The Korean version of this, the one sold in Korea, is amazing. I haven't tried the American one yet, but it's one of my favorites, the Korean one. They also have the Docto cleanser, which, as a side note, Costco carries this. I have not tried this yet. It looks interesting though. It has hyaluronic acid and it also has a variety of amino acids, which are really hydrating. The Madagascar Centella Light Cleansing Oil was not my favorite. I mean, it works fine, but it's definitely not as good in terms of the experience of using it, I'll say, because I mean it does what it's supposed to do, right? Like it's not that complicated, but I much prefer the Kosei Soptimo. Prequel has a glycolic acid milk peel with glycolic, phytic, malic, mandelic, lactic, and squalane. But this is good for rough and bumpy skin, gently exfoliating away dry, rough skin texture, improving skin tone, smoothness, and clarity. I liked everything from Prequel that I've tried. This is really good. The glycerin-based cleanser works well as a body wash. And then they also have one with salicylic acid. That's new. New to me. I imagine that's good as well. Relatively affordable too. They also have an SPF lip balm, lip visor. It's a chemical sunscreen. This one is clear. Then they have a redness reform soothing serum with licorice root. That is really good for redness, as is oat. And this also has, I believe, a green tint through the chromium oxide green, which will help camouflage the redness. It likely would be good for rosacea and post-acne red marks. What's going on in the Super Eyes Daily Eye Serum from Olay? I reviewed the Super Serum, the Night Repair one. I actually really like this product. It's just kind of expensive. It's 30 bucks. The day one is not strikingly different aside from the fragrance. Now, the eye serum, does that have caffeine? Caffeine can temporarily depuff and may brighten up the under eye area. Niacinamide is going to be good for hyperpigmentation under the eyes and for helping the moisture barrier. Then they have a little mini version of the SPF 30 sunscreen, chemical sunscreen. Guarantee this has niacinamide because most Olay products do. Yep, it does. And it has 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid. That's a form of vitamin C that really is not that impressive. Like, it's not as though it gets down into the skin, converts to ascorbic acid, and boosts collagen. At least we don't have any data showing that it does that. These are new from TreeHut, these Hydroglow body serums. Is that just a new fancy name for a body lotion? I think it is. I think it is. Vanilla scent, Santal Haze, and Pink Champagne. Shea butter and niacinamide. So that would be good if you have hyperpigmentation on the body. That would be good for that. So I've been trying this out, the SPF 30 Ultralight Face Fluid from Bioma, and it's pretty nice. It's a real thin, lightweight fluid, chemical sunscreen. There's no white cast with it. It has astaxanthin, which is an antioxidant. It also has ceramides and hyaluronic acid. I've been pretty happy with it. Not much too exciting to say. I think it'd be one that people would enjoy as like a primer, maybe under makeup. It's pretty good. Also good if you have oily skin. You're just like a fluid formula. Also have the Timeless serums here. This is my favorite. I haven't used it in a while, but it has coenzyme Q10 antioxidant that has relatively decent penetration into the skin and can help replenish skin's antioxidant systems, making it useful for, you know, combating environmental aggressors. But this particular serum also has Matrixyl 3000, so 2 peptides that have been around a long time as far as the hundreds of peptides out there. And those 2 peptides together may help with collagen, but to what extent that actually happens is questionable. I reviewed their vitamin C serum as well a while back, and I've reviewed this too. This was pretty good, the Matrixyl 3000 serum plus hyaluronic acid. But for me, it was like, ooh, the coenzyme Q10 one is a little bit some extra. I'm almost finished with the Anua cleansing oil, so I'm going to be needing to move on. I'm contemplating buying this and giving it a try. I wanted to see if Urban Skinner X had their Cyamine here, and I'm not seeing it. So cysteamine is an ingredient for hyperpigmentation that is interesting in the way that it is typically used as a little bit more like a mask, but can be really helpful for fading stubborn hyperpigmentation. I believe I brought it up in my video on anti-aging for the hands and talking about getting rid of sunspots, age spots on the backs of the hands. And I know Urban Skinner X has a cysteamine topical, but it doesn't seem as though they're carrying it here today. But there are a couple of other brands out there, like Suspera, for example, has been around for a while. Ambi used to be notorious for their hydroquinone, but that is no longer able to be sold over the counter without a prescription. So we now have a few other new products. I think I reviewed this a while back. Their retinol, it was okay. Good for hyperpigmentation. They also have this fade cream with 5% niacinamide, which is good for hyperpigmentation and licorice root, but it has a really strong fragrance. That's kind of like what they were left with once hydroquinone was removed from being able to be sold over the counter. This is the sunscreen I'm wearing today, the Collagen Bank SPF moisturizer. So this has a micropeptide, a tiny peptide, 8 years in the making. Stay tuned because this week I'm going to be reviewing this and, spoiler alert, their new vitamin C serum. Yeah, I have been trying that out. So stay tuned for that. You guys know I'm not really a fan of using vitamin C serums because we don't tend to get along. Here's some other new scents from TreeHut. Lychee Kiss, I haven't seen that before. We already saw the Santal Haze in the body serums. We have Raspberry Fizz. I'm not so keen on raspberry scents. Blue Musk. Palm Grove is new, as is Tropic Glow has been around for a while. I feel like that tangerine has been around for a while too. Looks like we have a new brand of hypochlorous acid spray. I find this to be particularly helpful if you're someone like myself who has itch induced by the presence of sweat, atopic dermatitis. Hypochlorous acid has been shown to be helpful for that. It may reduce IL-31 in the skin. Also, it's great for reducing body odor. It smells a little bit like dilute bleach. It's safe to leave on the skin. And I've always used the SkinSmart brand, but we have a lot of options now. Oh, look who's getting in on the hypochlorous acid spray with the eczema seal of approval here, Mario Badescu. Like I said, if you have atopic dermatitis and you get itch triggered by sweat, which commonly happens, hypochlorous acid can be helpful for that. So I purchased the brow glue Crazy Lift because I needed a new brow glue. And it's interesting, it works really well, except my one gripe with it is that this styling comb, the product comes out of like 3 holes, and when you squeeze, the product comes out of the most proximal, I guess you might say, hole first before reaching up here. So you get this long thread of product as you're squeezing it out to meet the other holes. Like they're not spaced. Was that in focus? They're not spaced. They're spaced too far apart. So it's kind of weird in that regard. But it works okay. It's pretty good. It's kind of similar, honestly, to this one, but basically with a different applicator. It's been my experience. I've used both. My favorite is that Maybelline Super Lock, but I wanted to try this because, hello, it's new. Gotta try it. Ooh, smushy. These are cute. Something I don't need. A matte lip balm. That is rather a sizable cap. We talked about this vitamin C serum the last time I was in here. It's new and it intrigues me because it does have ferulic acid, which is known to help stabilize ascorbic acid, so that it remains not only stable but also helps allow for it to get into the skin effectively, which is a big hurdle for sure. Elf also has these bronzing drops. I don't know if I mentioned this the last time we were in here, but don't add this to your sunscreen because it will mess up the sunscreen. All right, a little behind the scenes in the green room. Get excited. Cedaphil, I saw, has come out with a new line. And let me tell you, over the past several years, Cedaphil has been launching and hitting. Waiting, incubating, thinking, being intentional, launching, hitting. Like they're not just pump and dump. So this line, the Hydrating and Firming Cream, this is the face, neck, and chest cream. It has mandelic acid and alpha hydroxy acid that's super gentle and hydrating. It has Centella asiatica extract in it, but they encapsulate it, which is interesting. Like, I assume that means it's more stable as a antioxidant punch, if you will. But this past week, I think it should be up at this point, or maybe it'll go up next week. I don't know. It's filmed, it's up in YouTube. At this point, as I'm talking to you guys, it just needs a thumbnail and, you know, etc., etc. But a video on wrinkles on the neck, inevitable part of the aging process. Some people have deep horizontal wrinkles naturally, which are nothing to worry about. Some people acquire them, however, as a result of looking down at their phone all day, and that's called tech neck. And if you're not bothered by the horizontal necklines, no problem as a result of doing that, but you should be aware that doing this, the neckline is a clue that you're not taking good care of your cervical spine, so hold that phone at eye level. But this is a really good neck cream. As a side note, you don't need like a neck cream, but mandelic acid is a nice choice for delicate neck skin as an alpha hydroxy acid because it is great at hydrating, gently exfoliating, promoting skin cell turnover. Ultimately, that can help firm the skin, but it's super gentle as opposed to like your glycolic acid toner on the neck. At least for me, ouch, that would be so itchy. Yeah, it's pretty good. They also have a body cream that I put on all over my body. This also has mandelic acid and it has the encapsulated centella, but it's much thicker and richer. This one feels a little bit more lightweight on the face. I plan on doing a dedicated review, so stay tuned for that. But to my feet, I'm coming in with, yeah, you guessed it, the overpriced Aquaphor with a nostalgic scent. Hey, it's got salicylic acid in it though, which is a little bit something, okay? A little bit something that you could use as a justification to keep repurchasing this nostalgic orange tinted ointment. And I have to say, the scent, every skincare brand that insists on putting fragrance in their skincare, take note of this Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream, because this is how scented skincare should be, okay? Like, makes it pleasant to apply, doesn't actively scent your face. But this is great on the heels. And I know it's like, oh my gosh, why are you using that expensive product on your heels? Because that's really where it's going to perform the best, honestly. But I've also used it on my hands a fair amount. A little greasy, but good for dry hands. The scent here is kind of pleasant. It doesn't really linger or anything. And a lot of you guys made some interesting comments about this particular product. Certain members of the royal family. Listen, I'm not in on that drama, okay? Don't bring your gossip here, okay? We only are here for the skincare tea. Because I know that is a house divided right there. Once you get on the talking about the royals, people get, yeah, I'm not trying to stir the pot here. I'm not trying to stir the pot. But update on the Full Follicle Advanced Scalp Serum. I am down to the last drippity drops. And this is a caffeine scalp serum. Not really sure it's done anything for my hair as far as growth, but honestly I did feel an improvement in almost like the fullness of my hair strands since using this, and plus I just like the feel of it. But it's interesting, I continue to use the shampoo. The shampoo is taking me a long time to go through, but I buzzed through the conditioner really fast. I don't know what that was all about, but I am still using the shampoo, although I'm almost finished with it. I've been mixing and matching that, the CeraVe Hydrating Shampoo and Conditioner, and the Paul Mitchell Clear that I reviewed for you guys a couple of weeks ago, which has been, continue to be pretty nice. And you'll have to stay tuned for the Cedaphil reveal, the full review, my final thoughts and opinions. But you got a little sneak peek. Yeah, you did, because that's what you get when you tune in here on the weekend videos. You get some informalities, a little behind the scenes, a little you and me and the green room. But I'm going to wrap this vlog up here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye!